All right, can you guys hear me now? Check, check. I think that's better. I'm gonna turn off those top little bars. Hey everybody, Weed Brain. Thank you for letting me know audio's muted. How long do I have to charge the Rapsodo? I don't know. I think it was so negligible that I don't even remember that being necessarily a thing. But I use it indoors, Weed Brain, so it's like always on the charger. Most of the time it's on the charger, unless I take it to the range. But I don't think it was very long. DJ Doctor, what's going on? Derby, good evening. Gonna play the local course tonight, the one that's close by. I don't have all the setup to do like I did last night, so we can probably get right into it. Okay. Yours was 5 hours and had you worrying. So what do you mean? Are the instructions to say like charge it fully before using? Is that the instructions? And so you waited till you had the whole thing or what? OMG, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. I did hear that they're working on a connector. I think I saw that through the Facebook group. The only thing that it still won't have putting with it, I don't believe, unless they come up with something. I did email them one time and I said, hey, you guys should take a webcam, put it in a box, write Rapsodo on it, and sell it as an accessory to add webcam putting to the Rapsodo. So everybody can do it. But I don't know if they actually took that to heart. DJ, my -7 posted kind of almost, I think the 15th hole, the par 5, I didn't get a birdie on the par 5. I didn't email them or anything, but yeah, I think it posted -7, but I shot -8. It just posted a -7 for me. One birdie we missed. I did put a comment on the video, said, hey, they shorted me a birdie. And then that's what that looked like. Yep. They want you to wait for the amber light turn off. I don't know. Does it really matter? Anybody in tech really know if that matters if you wait till the amber light turns off? I mean, it charges faster than it, like, what do you want to say? When I have it plugged in indoors, it's not like it ever dies on me. It's just plugged in all the time for me. But I'm too impatient, Weed Brain. I probably didn't wait for that. I probably just started it up and played it. You think they're working on putting? I hope they are. But I love my webcam. Unless it's a webcam putting system, I don't know if I'll like it. I gotta get the projector turned on up above us. It should already be displaying, it's just not on. There we go. Gotta imagine it's possible to have putting with the radar system being similar to the Mevo. I think so. It's just like, I think what all of them struggle with is when you add putting to it, you've now got a really slow movement. So how does it detect when it started versus like when I'm just dragging my club around without having a bunch of errors and then like users being frustrated. So like you've got to turn the sensitivity of the radar way down, and you've got to all these different things, and now you have all these things that look like a putt that you have to weed out with, you know, software and logic. So I think it's just a difficult thing to deliver where you don't have your whole customer service department blowing up. And it's why radar units struggle with it, because all the other motion in front of it. But yeah, it'd be cool if they did. I would not be against it if they integrated it, made it simpler. Oh my gosh, the two of those? Stand too close to it. Does anybody else ever do that? Similar to how they integrate the phone. Anyway. All right, cool. Webcam putting, yeah, I've got it on right now. You notice my lights go up and down. No, Mark, so that is a question I get all the time, and it has to do with the OBS display that I've got. So I put OBS up on the screen so you guys get like the best image. This camera back here is nice enough that it's got sort of an auto light feature, and what you'll notice is I get closer to it, it wants to brighten me up, and that darkens the back of the room because the exposure to me is different than it is over there. But then as the screen changes and my projector puts off more and less light, like when it changes scenes, like say when the flyover is done and it goes to a black screen and then to the green gameplay again, the camera is going, oh, it's getting darker in the room, oh, it's getting brighter in the room. And it's changing like the ISO and the exposure on the camera. So my room actually doesn't change at all. This camera does some funky things. It's almost too nice on the auto settings, and I don't know how it shows up on stream, if it's annoying to watch or if it's more just you were curious. If it is, I want to try to fix it, but it's a Sony, so it's a Sony like DSLR. So it's like a vlogging style cam, 4K, nice camera. And then it, you know, so it's not like a webcam, but that's what it is that's doing that. And because I have that camera, like on my cell phone, if I showed you my projector, you'd think, oh, it's super bright. But on this camera, it wants to keep the subject the subject exposure correct. So it like changes for me in the screen. I've said this to guys that are in here a lot. They've all heard this, but the screen then just whites out. So it's almost unwatchable, and that's where I came up with the overlay. And actually, it seems like the overlay has been enjoyed by most. Yeah, a lot of people ask me if I have like kind of like the lights you have behind TVs, the ambient lights that change with like the room scene is what it must appear that I have, or it must be something like that, because I've got that question before. Yeah, you move the ball around all the time, never detects a putt. Which one are you talking about on OMG? Which unit? Sorry, I missed that. You can have it at a 45-degree angle. You're having trouble with live chat freezing up. Anybody else? It's a great question. Is anybody else having trouble? I'm gonna work on a couple of just stock shots here quick while we chat and warm up. I'm pretty warmed up. Swung a little bit earlier, so this won't take too long. Go there. That's how video cameras work. Darn things. Yeah, so webcam Jaybird, you can have it to the side. When it's at more of an angle, you'll have less side-to-side deviation because of the angle, so it'll look like most putts are straight. It doesn't matter though, you can have it on the side. For a long time, I had my webcam mounted on a wall, and then I went over to the wall and I putted on a putting mat on the wall, offset from the screen. When I got to putting it overhead was when I wanted to putt from exactly where I'm at, and then I wanted the horizontal launch angle to be like true. Unless it's straight over top, you can't get that launch angle to be, you can't get to read launch angle accurately. If it's at an angle at all, you know, putts going towards it aren't going to really look like they're going offline, and putts going away not as much just because of the angle. So no, you didn't at all. You didn't at all, Andrew. Yeah, that's cheating having it on the side. I guess it could be. Some people have it straight behind them, but then you're dealing with a speed problem where the ball looks like it's actually moving. You know, you're gonna have to adjust because it's gonna stay in the frame so much longer. But no, antennas, I love your knowledge of the technical side of tech, so respect there. No. I'm pretty excited to play Spencer Country Club tonight. Has anybody played it yet? $102 on the iMini. Yeah, I don't think you'd have any trouble moving a ball around with the iMini or most of the photogrammic ones, OMG. I had it happen a couple times with the Garmin. I saw you asked about it. One time I did move my shoe and it did it, but I had a white shoe with kind of like a reflective toe. And then the other night when I moved one a little bit, I must have moved it out of the hitting area fast enough after it registered the ball. And that was on my R50 video where it counted one. That's awesome, Alan. How'd it go? You played the one in London, the one that was this week? The one I played last night? The course design. I am in, you put video in places it wasn't meant to be. I don't know what that means, antennas. No, I'm kidding. FBI warning. No. The course design. How's the course design coming? I am in, I'm outlining right now, but I've only put about 5 more hours into it since the last time I talked, which for a good designer would probably be like half a course, but I felt like I had to relearn everything. Like all the steps I had already taken, I had to kind of redo again just to make sure I had my bearings. It's hard. It's I don't know if you designed Dr. D&G, but it's a bit overwhelming, but I'm determined. I want to get it. I want to do it. Gosh, what if I could keep that rhythm? That was good rhythm, and I hit it so well. Does anybody practice with a metronome, with a beep, beep, with the timer? With the audio timer? I think I need to. You didn't score? Because Alan, I think the very first time you do webcam putting, it's hard to know if you got your colors right. And then if your lighting is consistent in the room. And then all the little, like you said, the gotchas, like where do I put the ball to start to register? What is the field? Do I have the radius setting correct? Why didn't that putt? All the little things. I totally get it. Once you get it set up where it's solid, you won't have any issues. Gosh, I'm trying to hit it off the heel and I've hit the hosel 3 times now. I'm trying to move the ball off the toe. You do use a metronome, Matthew? Those are ugly, ugly impacts, but I'm working on getting the ball less off the toe. Tour tempo. I like the sound of that. Like that was better tempo there. More to off center of the face, I could feel it, and ball speed just shows up right away. Takeaway slow. Using white ball. Yeah, Alan, and then you'll have a buddy come over with a 2-ball, or you'll have the club reflect and be white. I dreamt of a white ball, and one night I was out here for probably 4 hours trying to mess with hue and filters, and I did all kinds of things. Then I even put a negative filter on the camera because I wanted white to work so bad, and ultimately I just had too many issues with it to make it feel like it was worth it. I didn't want to be in a round and have a misread. Did you, OMG, on the video or in an email? I'll get to them by morning for sure. And I appreciate the questions. Use RCT. You're hoping to get it with the white? I'm telling you, I spent so much time on it. Alan, I wish I could spare you. I wish I could spare you from trying, but I guess I get it because you want the RCT. But do they make a yellow RCT? Be sweet if they probably don't, but. Does the Mevo use the RCT? Well, it does. It won't for putting. So it wouldn't matter if you just switched balls like I do, because I use like the RPT ball and I switched this, and ideally I could just use the RPT ball all the time for webcam putting, and that was what I was trying to do. And honestly, when I say I spent 4 hours one night, I probably spent the whole night. I don't know if I went to bed that night. And then I ultimately gave up, and I'm not a quitter usually. And I don't know if I can pause like Hideki at the top. I get way too anxious. Like for me, that felt like I stopped, and I know obviously I didn't. But I like the offline. I even like the spin axis when I slow down that backspin. You might have to. The problem is going to be like you're going to walk in front, or you're going to step a toe after the ball gets set in the start position, or you're going to take your club back and it's going to reflect white like right here, and the ball is going to take off straight, but since it reflected over here, it's going to draw a line sideways. You're probably so annoyed that I'm telling you it's not a good idea. If you get it, I want to know how you did it. Spike did it for a while. One of the other YouTube guys, he had white for a while, but he told me that he had some troubles with it as well. There we go. Less toe. I wish I had a video to see it. It feels less toe. I just launch it so high right now. And did anybody, I didn't see, did anybody play Spencer Country Club? Kind of hoping somebody did. Get a taste of what the golf courses are like around my place, around home. Just got mount for the projector, do the floor projection, which will, yes, it will remess with the webcam, especially when the light from the projection hits your golf ball. And you can actually toy with that, but like when you put your, if I go to putter right now, and as soon as the ball lands in there, the projector is going to cast a light on it to confirm. It's the wrong color, you'll see it here. It's going to cast a light to confirm there's a ball. Well, that also changes the hue. So you need to dial in your settings. You want that light that it's casting. This is a yellow ball. I cast a yellow dot, and you got to use filters in OBS for that. Otherwise, your projection can kind of mess with it. So, but it is a big deal. I actually putted one whole night and was like, what the heck? Why are these putts going offline? I actually putted in, I think in Joe and I's break 50 video and didn't even know it. It was going down. I had putts that I felt were good that just showed up terrible, and it was going down the white line and not registering it. And then as soon as it left the white line, the webcam picked it up. And so I would have a start position here, and a first pickup would be when it left the white line, and the angle would be terrible. So the line was screwing with the detection of the ball. But once you get past that hurdle, you'll love the feedback. I can do impact vision on the floor. I don't have it set up that way. You have to log into the Rapsodo app and use the Springbok connector in OCR mode, which is like an image recognition that lays over top of the Rapsodo software to be able to get the impact. Right now I'm just hooked up to Bluetooth, so I don't have any impact. Couple longer irons. We'll hit like 5 of these, and then I'll hit a couple drivers. We'll go off to the races. Now we probably won't. I'll probably hit a couple of wedges real quick. How's that Canadian cold, Ant? It's 0 here today, Fahrenheit. But somehow my sim room, every time I fire up 2 projectors and a computer, gets warm. Every time. Not bad. You still having that freezing issue, OMG, or no? You good? .22.5-degree launch on a 6-iron. Wish I could get that down a little lower. It's so high. I mean, it's good. I'm okay with the carry, but it's so high. Oh, I put it back in my stance and chunked it. Unreal, -30 Celsius. Can I get a Fahrenheit conversion? I don't think it's going to matter if you convert it. That's really cold. There's a good swing. Couple of degrees lower. Did you really, Alan? That's a great idea. You know, I didn't even think of that. So long press up for full swings, long press down for chipping. So you basically created a hotkey using voice attack that you can activate with a keystroke or with voice if you turn the voice on. Is that right? So it's like a macro shortcut for that function. I wonder if the guys in the Mevo world know that, because that's something that that's something I've seen them talk about struggling, is like the pain in the butt of part of getting that mode switched while they're using it all. And that sounds like a really good solution. We need more of these easy tempoed good swings where I've got like a 2-yard offline is all. We'll have a good night. So 22 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's crazy cold. That's like the plastic things that, you know, on your car break because it's just too cold. Voice Attack's a cool little piece of software. You can do a lot with it. I like the ability to control like the mouse to automate where windows are placed, set up like sequences. There, I got the launch down a little bit. Okay, some drivers, and we'll then go hit a couple wedges, 50-yarders, and then we'll go play. Hopefully it can go like the second round did last night with Joe. That was better. Coolest I've ever been, 53. That's wild. That is wild. Startup and shutdown, you can get it. Are you using any sort of external mic, Alan? Got really stuck under that, but not bad. 109 close speed on the first driver. I have webcam one right now. Yeah. See, if we just play this cut, I think that I played that all night last night until the very end when I started swinging hard. Worked out. Yeah, the training is, I did the training on mine. It helps. I couldn't figure out which model to use necessarily. I don't know if it made a difference. I had seen somewhere that there were some different models I could download, so I did. And then ultimately I trained it and it works fine, so I've never done anything more with it. Yeah, I think we play that ball. It's not a bad one. Brainbox PDN. So I actually talked to ETN about it. Was yours the one that was held in the Chicago area? Or the one that was held in Customs? Any advice to set it up? Charge it with the USB-C. The little USB dongle that I originally got with mine didn't work with Windows 11, but it connected to my machine, already had Bluetooth, so I didn't even need the little dongle that he sent. It just connected to my PC. But yeah, he thought you got a bra. Maybe one of these days, if we keep things up the way they are, antenna, You never know. No, I mean, if as long as you hit a button, it'll show up as like Ultimark Blue HD on the HDMI as a device. And I just had to go to add keyboard, like add keyboard mouse on my Bluetooth settings, and it connected right up. Hey, Benoit, wife would be like, yeah, she'd want to know what was wrong with me. Call the doctor. Rule out the words it heard and tell it exactly. Oh, no kidding. Alan, I didn't do that. I think I actually redid the training a couple of times, and it feels like it's really long, so it was kind of like, oh, I gotta do it again. I didn't know you could go back and rule out words. I'll have to look into that, but mine works pretty good, honestly. Benoit, the Duke. We left last night trying to figure out how we pronounce his name. He phonetically spells it out for us. We've come a long way since Benoit Ledoux. Benoit Ledoux, the Duke of Benoit. Yeah, I can pretty much rely on that. That's like 10 in a row that way. Let's grab a driver, or grab a water here quick. Voice Attack, pretty cool software. People really got to check that out. Missing out if you don't have Voice Attack. Let's see here, 40 yards. Let's hit some 40-yarders just to get a feel for the wedge. Benoit Leduc. Need to get start taking French class or. Oh, PDN. What was I saying? I just one night I said I just take the driver head off, I spin it, and I put it back on. And I play with it like that every night. No, I got fitted for it on the lowest setting, which would be an open face and delofted. And since getting fitted for it that way, I am now right in between the lower and the higher setting. So I've added a little bit of loft and made the club face a little bit more upright. I also moved some weight to the toe because I just was having too much trouble getting with the face coming through shut. I was not able to leave the face open. So I have toyed with the driver, and well, why did that cut out? I have toyed with the driver, and it's because, I don't know, there was a good month stretch there where I just wasn't hitting it well. Where I was struggling like crazy in the sim with the driver, and it was like, I actually played the par 3 tour for a long time just because it wasn't any fun playing the full courses when you're hitting it out of bounds every hole. So my floor projection turned off, so I had to pop that back on. So my driver setup is like a 9, I want to say it's like a 9.5 degree, it's 8 degree standard. But because it's been moved on the dial, I don't even know I want to say it's upright and maybe a 9 degree or 9.25 now. Okay. It shouldn't be a new camera angle, is it? Is it flipped? Might be flipped. Oh yeah, it's not mirrored. So when I unplug, yeah, I'll transition back. When It's weird not being mirrored. I try to scratch the wrong side of my head. So the source is, you know, webcams typically mirror so that it's why like you can read the water bottle. No, you can't because of the thing, but typically this, yeah, wrong side. If we go there, transform. It's supposed to come in like this. That's how it is, always. That way, if I want to scratch this side of my head, I can. High five. But then, you know, you'll notice everything's backwards, if you can even read that. But yeah, this is how it should be. Good observation. Need to wear a mic when using it? Yeah, it helps a lot. Helps a lot. You're talking on voice attack, right, OMG? It is weird how when you just flip the camera, it looks like a totally different place. Or at least it looks like you did something, you know, you can tell something's off or something's not like it was. So that's 36. This feels like a number I get a lot in the sim, like 35. That's like 25 maybe. 34. You're an active viewer, PDM, that's for sure. Try to hit a flop for you. I didn't get it sorted out completely. It came through, my score came through as 7 under. The par 5, I birdied and it shows that I parred it. But other than that, the rest of the scores came through. So the par 5 must have been somewhere around where it disconnected. Or something happened. I don't know what it was. But for the most part, it's in there. I wasn't going to win it. While we were playing, somebody played live last night and shot 12 under. So I think I'm in second. If I would have, maybe tied for second if I would have had the proper score post. But without that shot, I think I'm third. And then Joe will play. Does it look lower res tonight? That's a great, I'm glad you said that. Does it look lower res tonight? I did change some stream settings. So I actually changed settings trying to get it to be higher res because I have the bandwidth. But I don't know a lot about streaming yet, so I'm not sure I even got it right. I was attempting to have it be a higher resolution. I think you should have 1080p 60 available if you select it, but it might be something different to start. But I was outputting like a quarter of the resolution, I think. I know, right? JLG's swing, if I could just be that consistent. I can get one swing where I'm very disciplined in takeaway and balanced in follow through. And I have to like think about it. But look at everything. Well, that must not have red spin because. But if I could be disciplined like that, I think I would play better. Jay, you were chasing me? How much control do you have on the output of your stream? I pretty much have as much control as I want. I just don't know a lot about the settings, Andrew. I can do everything from like the bit rate to the pass through to, you can basically pick everything in the encoding or in the encoder. But Farrell, the reason I chose the M1 Pro is because I was a guy that always wanted a sim. I had a hard time convincing the family that I needed it. And the main sims were all so expensive. So I could get the M1 Pro and it was like, hey, look at this new thing I got, and no one was going to be pissed at me. So that was why I honestly started, and I had a mat on the garage concrete with just a black hitting net. And then that mat turned into a bigger mat and turned into a screen, and then I put walls up, and here we are. But I love the MLM. I can change the MTU size. If I knew what that was, antennas. Long drive or the 3060, we should do it. I don't know, we could do that. So Farrell, the main reason I bought it was because of affordability at the time that I bought it. At the time that I bought it, I was just getting into it, but I've actually, I trust it. I really like it, other than the shot delay part of it. But I am looking to upgrade it at some point. I am in my garage. Yeah, this is it's an office that I built out of a section of my garage. So I had a big garage. I had a garage that you don't normally have. All right, we're gonna play here. I got some water in me. I was fortunate. The house had a big enough garage I could take a chunk out of it and still have a pretty good size garage. Just got a Pro TVX. Oh, Bren. Everybody seems to like their Pro TVX. I am so tempted by it. I want to get an overhead unit. It feels like kind of the one that's affordably in my range of all of the ones. And I like the camera and the replay stuff that they recently showed. All right, before I stream, for those who asked if I'm in my garage, I'll explain it here in about a 30-second little showing here. Here's what the garage looks like. I had an L-shaped garage like this, and I added this partition wall with a door and framed it up, and this is what I ended up with. My office was just inside and past the mudroom right here inside with the bathroom there, and my garage was this L shape, and now I've got the office and hitting bay back here. So that's where I'm at. It is a garage, but I still got a garage. I'm not really giving up like my garage bays. So, but great question. A lot of people ask it. All right, let's go play. Should we hit some putts? Should we hit like 5 putts? Just to make sure webcam's right where we want it. Let's do it. Let's hit a couple of putts. If I don't play well, oh well, I will still have fun. Most of the fun is actually talking with you guys, and yeah, no problem, Doctor. Thank you for saying so. Most of the fun is actually hanging out and talking with you guys and talking sim stuff. Oh, hey man, thank you so much. No way, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the super. Wow. Dr. DNG, appreciate that so much. Sincerely, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Appreciate you saying so, and I appreciate the super. That's awesome. Legend. That's like legend is a great Australian word. I feel like I'm learning. Is that right? Is that fair to say? Legend is a great Australian term. I feel like it is. All right, so 17 downhill 2. So this is like a 15-footer. Whoa, our stimp is not up on the practice facility right now. Stimp setting has to be low. Stimp is at 6 on the practice facility. The lighting is way too strong. We got the practice. I feel like it's a practice facility like glitch almost. Good afternoon. That's right. Good afternoon. Bryce, I think the last time we met, You absolutely kicked everyone's rear end at that course down in Australia, didn't you? On the JLG League. How'd you play this week? Have you played it? Go in there and kick some butt. There we go. That felt like 15. All right. One more. Gotta love webcam putting. Come on, go, go, go. All right. Yours was a used Bonner in 23. Not sure if the unlock will be available. It makes it a GC3. UK, in the UK, Legends, the UK thing. Okay. Good afternoon. Yeah. Oh, Bryce just said hi to you. Good. Thanks for coming back, man. Good to see you. No subscription. I don't think so at all. If we're talking about 4:20 a.m. I like it. Early riser. Early riser. One-time sub. It was on sale for $2,500 Black Friday. Except J-Leg, he got me by one. Did he really? Ah. Tomorrow, Bryce, go in there and kill it. The greens aren't terribly sloped, so there's some opportunity to make some putts. Fun little course, not very long. If you can hit it in the fairway, you can score. That's what I would say. All right. I know I said we were ready to go, but we're gonna hit one more driver and then we're gonna go play the Pro Tour at what I would kind of call a home course for me. Let's see here. Where's my mouse? There it is. Hey, Pharaoh, thank you so much. Man, you guys are awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate that, Pharaoh. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. With the super, I guess I can just hit it here. I'm just going to hit one more driver. I can't see I have chat overlaying this screen, so it's hard for me to click that. First super chat ever. Thank you so much, man. Celebrate their first super on a live stream. Honestly, it said that for a few different users, so I feel honored and I truly appreciate it. All right, so we want to hit that same 20-yard cut we were hitting. 27-yard. That will work. I can play that all night. Short and straight most of the time. Straight is the key in golf. I feel like I'm learning. I always wanted to hit it far. I don't know if I'll ever learn that you don't need to do that. It seems to be the most fun part. All right, let's go play. Let's go have some fun. It was kind of like last night on the tips tour. I wanted to score so bad. It was almost like I was in my own head. I do want to score good here. I cannot lie. White tees, Saturday pins, normal. Elevation is at my house, so it's what I play every day elevation-wise. And putting is normal. So, what's my startup to get it all up and running? Startup to get it all running. Are you talking voice attack, Pharaoh or Alan? If you want, I can send you my voice attack file. It won't apply to you because some of the file paths obviously won't be there because you don't have my computer. But you can see the step-by-steps that I tried to use and chose to use. Somebody else sent me a reply to my voice attack file and fixed like 3 of my functions to more efficient ones. I think they were program-minded, so that was helpful. But if you want, I can export I think it's called the voice attack profile, which has my commands on it. No, the MLM2 Pro. Okay. My startup order to get all running, I have a video that I made that's super short. I don't even think it's long enough to even have an ad on it. That says I think it's called It's That Easy or It's That Simple. and it shows my setup order, and it's about a 3-minute. I did the whole thing in one cut live. It's about a 3-minute process for me to set up. So I turn on the MLM2 Pro, hook it to my tablet, and validate it, and then I go over to the PC, start up the Springbok connector, which opens up GSPro, the connector, and webcam putting, and then I open up OBS, turn on both projectors, and then I Chromecast my OBS scene to the projector, so I have the floor overlay. And all of it takes about 3 minutes if you're not also setting up a stream. And if you want to see me set the whole thing up, last night when I started the stream, I started it like coming in from outside with a coat on, and I just started it. So first timer here. Hey Stu, it's a very friendly environment. Assuming your name's Stu. You want in on that file? I'll send it to you. Just send me an email, trpl.bgy@gmail.com. Hi Stu, long time listener first. Delilah. I don't know if anybody knows what I mean when I say that. All right. I think OMG, if he's in the chat, he was my very first super chat. It might have been super thanks. I don't know how it works, but he was the very first one I think I ever got. All right, here we go. We don't need that much cut. 36, it's gonna be fine. I want about 20 yards of cut. I can deal with that. I'm just holding the face off right now to avoid that low spin left. Okay, 106. 106. And see, this course, it's such a fun course. .106, pins on the right. Do we think I'm going to hit this tree, or is this not an issue? I'm going to treat it like it's not. Delilah, oh my God. Delilah is right. Antenna got it. That's an old timey. That's like a. That's a good. I mean, that's a reference. I don't know how many people get that. It was one of the most popular radio shows ever. Delilah. All right, so we got a little bit right lie. I'm just gonna. Hey, Sparrow, thank you. Yeah, you can do it. Piece by piece. It wasn't. When I get the full compiled video out, you'll learn too that it wasn't as expensive as people sometimes think. 106. No tree, come on. Sit there. That's a good result. Let's go. I mean, I didn't want to get too aggressive, but we can make putts on this course. 2008-ish, at least, right? At least? Or are you talking about the movie, Grosse Pointe? Love someone tonight, yeah. She's still on, I believe. Is she? Like Delilah. I just broke up with my boyfriend. And women would call in like every night and get a therapy session. And I was just trying to record like the next top 40 song on my boombox and get it in the right order. All right. Downhill 4, 25 feet. I think just because it's downhill, we're going to brake a little bit more. Try that. Downhill 4, 25 feet. Get lucky on the first. In the circle, but man, not enough brake at all. Okay, par, we can take pars. Need a big enough room with high enough ceilings first. That's true. Those are some things, but seen sicker dogs not die. Man, a lot of guys have said that, and then they, next thing you know, they're cutting a hole in their ceiling or they're digging out the floor of their garage, adding an addition on the back. I mean, if you go online, you see it all. I always tell people, just get started. I started with a really bad hitting mat from local sporting goods store that ruined my elbow, and just a black net in the same room at one point. All right, these are important. You got to like really use the T-box sliders. I don't know how often people do it. OMG, thank you so much. It was you. I won't forget it. I was absolutely shocked. It was actually before, I think I had just gotten enough followers to run ads, but I didn't have enough views that ads really paid me anything. So there really wasn't anything. And I think when you sent that in, it was like $2 or something, and it was you know, a thoughtful question to help you, and that was like double my ad revenue for the whole month. So I will never forget it, and thank you for that again, OMG. Appreciate that. All right, let's hit a good one. Par 5, number 2. Why did that feel? Felt okay. There we go. This is the one on Home Tee Hero that I hooked it in the bunker. Yeah, I'm still using the Sig Softy, Farrells. Yep. I'm on the when I made that video on this hitting strip, this was my second strip that I had bought. My first one I bought the previous, I think it was September or November. Lasted me like 10 months or so. T-box sliders are huge, man. On certain holes, they give you way better angles. Yeah, and it took me, I think I found it out watching somebody on stream. Not on stream, on one of the Discord lobbies. Or it might have been a stream people posted to SGT, but I played a long time without knowing that as well. Now they made them in the new version a little more apparent, like they're those big lines. And then if you have a launch monitor with a ready symbol or ready indicator, the ready indicator will light up as well. It'll light up green. Pass it along, yep. Thanks again, OMG. Appreciate that. Okay, 219, little wind off the left. Not much. We got 1 mile an hour. There's almost no wind first round. Think that's good. Hang on. We can deal with bunker. Winter, yep. I'm in South Dakota, Jonathan. Central US, almost to Canada. It is 0 degrees outside right now. Feels like -1. This is our cold time of the year, obviously. December and January stink around here as far as temps go. February, you start to get hope, and then we try to start playing golf late March, honestly, outside. Divot action. A lot of guys are making those divot action ones, aren't they? I've seen that. I've been curious about it. All right, 10.5 up. I've got a little bit to the right. 13 yards, 10.5 up. Oh, it's always the good ones, isn't it? We've talked about how it has trouble with the lob wedge and the flop shot sometimes. The MLM2 Pro, it'll miss it. I felt very similar to the last one. So read it, please. Birdie on 2. There we go. That's an easy birdie hole, though. What's the temperature outside? There ain't one. Ron White is awesome. Ron White is awesome. I love that he's like doing comedy again. For a while, he was like gonna stop. the hitting delay. You get used to it, Mark, but then you get a new, you play with something else like the Square, or I have the Garmin too, and you have no delay, and you're like, whoa, you almost missed the shot. It's like with the MLM, sometimes I'll keep the head down when I'm practicing, and then I'll be like, I got time, I'll look up and the shot starts. So yeah, you kind of get used to it, but you're right. It's almost down to the number most of the time, exactly 2 seconds, sometimes a little under 2 seconds, sometimes a little more. I did test it, but that felt like such a boring stat, it wasn't worth a video. All right, we're gonna aim right side. If we cut to the other fairway, I'm actually fine. I just don't wanna choke it down here. Go there. There we go, other fairway. Perfect. That OB made me nervous, you know? 52-yard cut. So the green arrow indicator, Benoit, is coming from when it tried to read the shot. The M12 Pro goes into a blue light, which is actually like a thinking state, and then it goes back to green light, which is shot ready. So it does send a shot ready, but normally it's already in shot ready mode almost instantly. It's green, reads back, and it's not enough time to leave it static. So I've noticed when it misreads a shot, it will go into shot ready mode. That's the best explanation I can give you. But the Square hasn't shipped yet. In your link, they've removed it from the website. Oh, I did get an email that they were back ordered or something. Hey, thank you, Bryce. I always forget. I take that off in practice and don't turn it back on. Thank you, thank you. I gotta start. Thank you. I always forget. That is like every time I forget that. Let's go back. Why? So it's right in front of the false front up there. Just as you can see, right by that false. There's actually like a little slope to the green there that should feed it off, but I'm coming into the hole like straight up the slope, which is gonna help. Should help me from getting like a side hill putt. So if I go here, that's 150. Into the wind a little bit, 9-iron. Signing off, Matthew, appreciate you stopping by. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully we see you again soon. If you ever have questions, stop in. Still not there? What do you mean? Oh, I have to hit transition. I actually, in OBS, I actually have a studio now, so I can preview what I'm gonna send in before I just click it and expose my IP address to antennas, and he shuts down my internet stream last night. No. Okay. 150, 9-iron here. Got a little bit of a left lie, got a little left wind. Be good. That could be really good if it clears the tree. Come on. Go in. Oh! Oh man, how sweet would have that been? Oh, it's still sweet. I'll take birdie, but that looked good. That looked good the whole way. Oh man, that's fun. That's fun. That's a lot funner than the tips tour. Funner, if that's even a word. Ever figure the internet issue out? I don't know what it was. I have no idea. I have a lot of tech going on in here. I had just got to feel it was like something with me or something that got hung up. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I wish I had more of those shots. Got to clip that so that people know I do hit them every now and then. But you just wait. There'll be a hosel mixed into the night somewhere, I'm sure. All right, 353. Let's get up there. It's about as good as I'm going to do. Go. All right. All right. Hazel's a naughty word. It is. It's kind of like the S word, but I don't know if I have to acknowledge it or if I don't, but but I am not immune. I wish I was. No matter how many golf balls I hit in life, I'm not immune. All right, 50 yards, 55 yards. Spanish version. What manufacturer clubs? Titleist. I've got Titleist SM10 wedges, Titleist CB irons, and an old trusty ping hybrid that I spin and hit too high, but I love it, so I just keep it. And then I just this year got the QI10 3-wood and driver, which jury's still out on those, but they're not bad.